Hi, welcome back guys. This is your friend, the What If guy, back with another fanfiction. This is the movie of What If Issei Fell in Love with Rukia. Now before starting, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. Now let's get into the fanfic. Prologue, which ends up destroying the entire demon and half of the factory. But the pressure he released was so great that it caught the attention of Rias and Sona. Then two magic circles appear from which Rias, Sona, and their entourage emerge. When they arrived, they were surprised because they saw everything destroyed. Sona, but what happened here? Rias, it was you. Rias, I just arrived because I felt a lot of pressure. Sona, you felt it too, but we came and there was no one there, just a dead renegade demon and half the factory destroyed. Rias, I think we have to be careful, we don't know who is doing this or what they want. Sona, you're right, we have to be careful, and by the way, how are you doing with Shin? Rias, I'm doing well, I love him and he loves me, but I think he's hiding something from me. Sona, Rias, you also keep secrets from him. You still haven't told him about your arranged marriage with Razer. Rias, I still don't know what to do, the one I love is him. Sona, you better tell him since sooner or later he's going to find out. By the way, did you know that Shin and Sarah have a younger brother? Rias, they never told me anything and what his name is. Sona, Issei Hayudu. Rias, so it was him. I saw him at recess time, he was resting on a tree, but I felt something strange on him. He felt a different pressure, so I told Kaneko to keep an eye on him. Sona, well, Rias, I hope you talk to Shin because sooner or later he's going to find out. Well, see you later. Rias, take care, Sona. With Issei, he had already returned home, so he de-transforms and enters. When he enters, he sees all the lights off, so he enters, and the lights turn on instantly, and Issei's entire family appears, telling him with a cake on the table and a banner, "Forgive us, Issei." Issei, seeing that, felt something in his heart, some warmth, something he no longer felt since his brothers left this world. Then, unconsciously, he releases a tear down his cheeks. Everyone seeing him cry also shed tears, then Issei says something. Issei, with this, they won't change 9 years of seeing him gone. He said it crying. Issei, but at least it's a start, but then the whole family hugs him. Not knowing what to do, he just kept hugging his family and couldn't contain any longer the emotions that he hadn't felt for a long time, and he reciprocated the hug by crying. Asami, my little son, I promise to never leave you in my life again. I promise that we will always be together. Go, from now on, we will not leave you alone, son. Shin, I promise to protect you, brother. Sarah, I'll always be with you, Issei. At that point she couldn't take it anymore and started crying even harder. After they apologized to Isaac for abandoning them, he regained his smile for a moment. He, despite being abandoned by his family and being cheated on by his girlfriend, whom he always loved, continued with his life, but now that his family had returned and swore that they would not leave him anymore, he felt too happy, but something still did not change, and that was that his heart had sunk so much into darkness that his heart was on the verge of collapse. But thanks to his family, who initially caused that damage, now made his heart have at least a little light but not completely since he still had the scar of a woman. Everybody is surprised when they see what comes out of that power. They see Issei in a cloud of dust, with a new suit and a thinner black sword. Tense Sengetsu in that they see Issei with a totally red and black energy. And launches his attack. Getsuga Tenshu, like this, but without the hollow mask. When launching the attack, it is seen that it hits Razer squarely, leaving him unconscious, making Issei the winner. Graphia, the winner is Hayudu Issei. Then the dimension disappears and everyone returns to the wedding. Surzex, well, I didn't expect that power, young Issei. Issei, I think I went a little too far, he said with his hand on his head. Surzex, all right, the engagement between Razer and Rias is off. Issei, well, that's great, Surzex. Very well, now you are Rias's fiancé. At that, Rias becomes depressed since he loved his brother Shin and marrying Issei would be betraying him. Issei, no thanks. At that, everyone is surprised. Issei, don't get me wrong, Rias is a very appealing woman, but I don't love her. She loves my brother, and he is the one she should marry. Besides, this thing about arranged engagements is wrong since they want power, but they should only get it by training like I did to reach the level I am at. Rias. Thank you, Issei. Surzex. One last question, Issei, how much of your power did you use? Issei. 30% in that transformation. At that, everyone was left with their mouths open at Issei's words. Rias. Issei, where did you get that power? Issei. I would like to tell everyone, not just you. Well, tomorrow, tell everyone to meet at my house at 5 in the afternoon to clarify their doubts. I'm leaving now because I'm sleepy. See you later. Then he disappears with a shudder, leaving everyone surprised by his speed. Something like that, well, that's all. So Issei went to buy clothes for himself. That suit like that, after buying it, Issei saw that there were 20 minutes left, so he decided to go home. Upon entering, he noticed that everyone was already in the house. Issei. Hello, how are you? Rias. Well, Issei, we are here as you asked. Issei did. Shin. Brother, before you start, I want to thank you for freeing Rias from her marriage. Hearing that, Goru and Asami are surprised since they didn't know that. Rias, that's true. Asami. My son freed you from your marriage as. So Rias shows them the recording where Issei easily defeats Razer. Goru, how did you have that strength, son? Issei, that's why I brought you together. It's time for you to know what happened to me these past 9 years. But first, Shin, don't thank me since I only did it because it was the right thing to do. I wasn't going to see my brother suffer or Rias marry a person she doesn't love. Rias, thanks, Issei, I really appreciate it. Issei, you're welcome, Rias. Shin, thanks, brother. He says it with his hand raised and a smile. Issei just smiles and accepts the squeeze. Issei, well, it's time to tell you everything. First listen to me and then ask. Issei, well, it all started 2 days after they left. When they left, I started to think about how I was going to support myself and eat. At that, Issei's parents just lower their heads, remembering that they forgot him. Issei, don't put it like that. Goru, how could we not if we abandoned you with nothing? Asami, I'm sorry, son. Sit. I already forgave you, so look up if at first it hurt me, but I never held a grudge. At that point, Issei's parents rush to hug him, and he hugs them back. Sit. Well, now I continue after thinking about how I was going to keep going. I passed through an alley where I saw a girl being cornered by demons, so I decided to go over to help her, but in the end I couldn't do much. They launched a magic attack at me that hit me and left me with a single scar on my neck. Only now I hide it with magic. At that, Issei releases the magic, and everyone sees Issei with a scar. At that, everyone opens their eyes since Issei could have died. Sarah. Brother, how did you survive? She said it in surprise. Issei, that's what I was getting at. After receiving the attack, I was lying on the floor about to die, but in my mind, a man appeared who told me if I wanted power. I accepted that. In my head, some images appeared of how to use the power that he gave me. There was the first time that I transformed. With that, I managed to kill the demons and save the girl who was Murayama. Don't worry, I erased her memory so that she would think they were only men. At that, everyone lets out a sigh. Issei, well, when I got home after the fight, I fainted because my body had not assimilated the power, but in my mind I was talking to my ancestors, or as I call them, my brothers. They told me that they did not belong to this world, that they came from another dimension, that their souls crossed the dimensional gap and were able to find me. They told me about their lives, stories, and battles. And they told me that I was their successor. In the end, I accepted and trained for 8 years so that my body could withstand the power they had given me. I did not worry about food since I ate fruits that I found in the forest, but after 8 years they had to leave. They could no longer continue in this world, in that he sheds a couple of tears. In that everyone is saddened because Issei did not go through something easy. On top of losing the only ones he could consider family, they left. Issei, I'm sorry, I still can't control my emotions. Rias, don't apologize, Issei, I guess you miss them since they were the ones who were with you. Issei, yes, I miss you, but I swore to you that wherever you are, you would be proud of me. Grr, they already are, son, just like us. At this, the whole family nods in agreement. Kaneko, Excuse me, Issei-senpai, I would like to know what powers you have. Since when I was watching you I couldn't find any trace of power, but now I smell a dragon in you. Issei, well, Kaneko is always so curious about that. Kaneko blushes. Well, my power is what you saw. I am a Shinigami with the ability to handle spiritual energy. I actually have 2 swords, but you will see that later, and with the dragon thing, if one of my brothers was a dragon and a very powerful one, would you like to hear the name Drake? That's when the booster gear appears. Drake, if you want to hear the name Brat. Issei, well, after hearing the name, I want you to start training your bearer. Well, his name is Igneal the Fire Dragon King. At that, Drake stammeringly says, Drake, say you said Igneal. Tin. Drake, who is Igneal? Drake. A long time ago, when I was facing Albion, a giant dragon with enormous power appeared. Albion and I faced it, but we couldn't do anything. The defeat was crushing for us, but before he left, he told us to train more since one day his successor would appear. So, well, I think my brother beat them up, but I don't want to fight my brother. I just want him to train so he can defend his loved ones. Shin, thanks, brother. Rias, now with more reason. Issei, you don't want to join my entourage. You could protect your loved ones if you live longer. Issei, no thanks, Rias, but I won't die in 100 years. Don't worry, I'll live longer. Rias, but if you are a human, how could you live for more than 100 years? Isaac, you'll see later. Rias said with a smile. Well, I think that would be all later. You will see my skills and powers, but for now you have to train. Kiba, Issei, could you train me please? He said, kneeling. Issei, get up Kiba, you don't have to kneel down. I'll help a friend if he needs it, but I won't just train you. I'll train everyone. So starting tomorrow, your training will begin in the afternoons for 6 hours until midnight. I guess I'll have to quit work. Goru, so don't worry son. I saw your notes that you made in the notebook, and let me tell you that your ideas for the improvement of a person without limbs are incredible. I will give you a position in my company, and I will give you a pension. Issei, thank you father, but I don't want you to give me privileges in the company just because I'm your son. I want to earn it on my own. Goru, that's what I wanted to hear, son. Issei, well, I think we should go to rest. It's already night, so see you tomorrow. All Isaac, see you tomorrow. Issei going up the stairs says, first I have to help them with their past so I can train them. WL tomorrow will be a busy day. So Issei left, leaving everyone training and met Rias. Rias, thank you for helping them train, she said with a smile. Issei, don't worry, they must become stronger to be able to protect themselves and you too. Rias, I know. Issei, by the way, how are you doing with my brother? Rias, the truth is that things are getting a little strange. He goes out at night and doesn't come back until the morning. When I try to embrace him, he tells me that he's tired. I think he's dating someone else. Issei, don't rush, try talking to him first. Rias, yes, I will when I finish training. So the 2 weeks passed where everyone reached their goals, but Shin did not train much, so he could only raise his power and balance breaker time from 1H to 10H with Sarah. It was very different. She was able to train with her sword and reach the balance breaker. Akino managed to conduct electricity and make it her own. Kiba managed to create a sacred demonic sword. Kaneko managed to make all the natural energy of plants and trees and the air be absorbed to give her greater speed, strength, and power. Issei, well, the training is over for now, let's go back. Oh, thank you for everything, Issei. Issei, you're welcome, friends. Upon returning, Issei wondered what was happening to Shin. Issei, what are you doing, Shin? Why do you leave at night and come back in the early hours of the morning? Who are you with? I don't think you're cheating on Rias, or maybe you are. He was so deep in thought that he didn't realize he was running into a girl. Pam. Issei, sorry, it was my fault. I didn't know where I was going. Unknown. Don't worry, I didn't see where I was going either. Issei helps her up. Issei, my name is Hayata Issei, nice to meet you. Asia, my name is Asia Argento, nice to meet you. Issei, where were you going? Asia, I was heading to Kuo Church. Issei, it's nearby, let me accompany you. Asia, okay. So Issei accompanied Asia to the church, but upon arrival he felt the presence of fallen angels. Issei, I feel fallen angels and exorcists in that church. I should warn Rias and Sona. Issei, Asia, we have to go. I think we both know about the supernatural, to which she nods. Come with me. I know a demon from the Gremory clan who can protect you from the fallen angels. Asia, it's okay, Issei. When he arrives at school, he meets Rias and tells her. Say, Rias, we have to talk. Tell Sona to see us at recess. Rias, it's okay, Issei. By the way, have you seen your brother? Issei, no, I haven't seen him. In fact, he came to school early. Rias, I see, so Rias left sadly. Issei, what are you doing, Shin? I hope it's not what I'm thinking. So the hours passed, and it was time for recess. Issei arrived at the occult club and entered, where he saw Rias and her entourage but not Sona. Issei, and where is Sona? Rias, he's bringing 2 people who arrived recently who want to talk to us. Sona enters with her entourage. Sona, I'm here. Rias, what did you want to talk to us about, Issei? Issei, come in and listen carefully. Lately, there are more fallen angels than usual. When I arrived at the church, I felt the presence of fallen angels. Rias, lately, there are more falls than usual. Sona, it's strange, we would have to investigate, but 2 people have come who want to talk to us. Rias, please introduce yourself. Zenobia, I am Zenobia the 4th. Irina, I am Irina Shidu. Issei, Irina. Don't you remember me? Issei. Irina, Issei, I missed you so much for so long. Issei, me too, but well, it seems that you fulfilled your dream of entering the church. You are an exorcist. Irina, yes, and it seems that you have allied yourself with demons. Issei, if they are good people, not all demons are bad and conceited. Irina, I think you're right. Issei, by the way, Rias, I want you to reincarnate Asia as your servant since your family could protect her. Don't worry, later I will train her to be strong. Her sacred gear allows her to heal fallen angels and demons. Zenobia, Asia Argento, the nun who ran away to cure a demon. Asia, yes, it's me. Zenobia, die suddenly and atone for your sins. Irina, Zenobia stopped, but she didn't pay attention to him. But before his sword could hit her, Issei grabbed her wrist. Issei, what do you think you're doing? Kokabiel, Cerberus, kill them all. Issei, Archak, look at that. Archak appears from the darkness. Kokabiel was scared when he saw the wolf because it was bigger than the Cerberus. Issei, Archak, you take care of the Cerberus, and I'll take care of Kokabiel. Archak, understood. Issei, well, Kokabiel, where were we? Kokabiel, I hope you give me a fight, human. So Issei launched himself against Kokabiel, exchanging blow after blow until Kokabiel created a spear, and, due to Issei's carelessness, it pierced his Issei. Everyone was worried. When the dust cleared, you could see a bloody Issei. Rias. Issei, are you okay? Issei, don't worry, I'm fine, I heal quickly. At that, to everyone's surprise, Issei's wounds began to close rapidly. Issei, I was a fool to think I could take on a cadre with my Shirkai. Kokabiel, now you've lost your mind, and you talk as if you were stronger. Issei, you are very smart, Kokabiel. In that, Issei is surrounded by blue energy and screams. Bankai, as the smoke clears, a different ISS can be seen. Issei's parents opened their eyes when they saw him like this because the power that was overflowing was enormous. Issei, now let's continue Kokabiel. Thus, Issei launches himself against Kokabiel. Issei, what's wrong, Kokabiel? I'm moving very slowly. If you want, I can move faster. Kokabiel, arrogant human. At that, Kokabiel creates a giant spear. Issei or Kokabiel. This ends now. Rias, because she repeated to herself while crying. Issei, I'm sorry, Rias, I know how it feels. Rias, I loved him, he only used me for my position. Is no one going to love me? Am I going to be alone? Issei, you have friends who love you and a family that loves you, you won't be there. Rias, thank you. Issei, calm down, everything will be okay. So 2 hours passed where Rias fell asleep in Issei's arm, where he took her to his apartment, where Aquino opened the door. Aquino, how are you? Issei, it's okay, he just needed to vent, he's been through a lot. Akino, yes, Shin, why did you have to do that? Issei, I don't know, he let himself be consumed by greed and power. Issei took Rias to his room and left her on the bed. Before leaving, he turned to look at her. Issei, I hope you can find that special person for you. Rias, in a low voice, thank you, Issei. The next day at school, everyone was entering normally, but you can see an Issei about to enter the school, but he is stopped by a dangerous Issei. So you're the Hakuryuku who's doing here? Vali, I just came to see what my eternal rival was like, and my name is Vali. Issei, okay, now you see me, let me in. Vali. Vali, what ranking do you think you are in? Issei. Issei, ranking. Vali, there is a ranking of the most powerful existences. I think your number would be 4 digits. Issei, I don't care, I just want my family and friends to be safe. Valeri points his finger at Issei. But 2 people with swords appear and corner Vali. Kiba, I won't let you attack my friend. Zenobia, I won't allow you to start a battle here. Vali, I just came to say hello, well, I'm leaving. Spreading his wings, he left. Rias, Issei about yesterday, thanks. Issei, don't worry, I know when someone needs to vent, and you were already at your limit. Rias, I needed to talk to someone, thank you. Issei just smiles. Rias blushes. Today was Parents' Day at school, so everyone was in their classroom. In Issei's classroom. Issei, today is Father's Day, I think they'll be a little discouraged for Shin. Kaneko, don't worry, Issei-senpai, you'll see that everything will be fine. This is how Issei's parents arrived at his classroom. Oh Issei, that's my son, try strong. Asami, my little one is very smart. He was just smiling. Teacher, okay, let's start. The teacher took out a box of clay and gave it to each one to make a sculpture. Vali, then I choose peace. Dazazel, and Yuki. Issei, it's not obvious, I want my family to be safe, I choose peace. Michael, well, this concludes that he couldn't continue because time stopped and wizards started attacking. Serche, this power belongs to your Bishop Rias. Rias, Gasper. Kaneko stayed with him. Issei, Rias, let's go, we have to go with Gasper. So Issei and Rias left for Gasper. Azazel, Vali, why don't you come out and say hello? Vali, I thought you wouldn't tell me. This is how Vali transforms. Vali went out to finish off all the magicians who were attacking. Azazel, well, while Vali takes care of the wizards, we have to see who is in charge of this attack. Unknown, hello faction leaders. Seraphal, Kateria, what are you doing here? I was serious. Kateria, shut up, fake Mao, I've come for what's mine. From there everything in the anime happened, but Azazel does not kill Kateria but locks her in a pocket dimension. Azazel does not lose his arm. Azazel, it's finally over, but he receives an attack from behind. Azazel, so you betray us, Vali. Vali, sorry, this side is more fun. Azazel, perhaps you want to reclaim your rightful throne. Serche, throne. Vali, I am Vali Lucifer, descendant of the original Lucifer. Serche, but he's a demon because he has sacred gear. Vali, my father was a demon but my human mother is a shame. Issei, shame about that. Vali, the word miracle was made for me, but you are just an ordinary human with a power that is beneath me. Issei, never trust your opponent, Vali. So Vali launched himself at Issei, who blocked Vali's fists with his sword. Vali, you only know how to block. Issei, you can't imagine what I can do if I told you you'd want to run away, but well, I'm going to use this. Issei de-transformed and screamed. Balance BR again launched themselves against each other, but Issei was not going all out, but due to Issei's carelessness, Vali threw a powerful flame at him. An explosion is seen. Rias, Issei all? Issei Hasai. Issei saw the piano and sat down to play it. Issei, I hope I still remember this song. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends, or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old, it was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger. Pushing each other to the limits, we were learning faster. By 11, smoking herbs and drinking burning liquor were never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my dad told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old, I always had that dream. Like my daddy before me, so I started writing songs. I started writing stories. Something about the glory just always seemed to bore me because only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. Before the morning sun when life was lonely once I was 20 years old, I only saw my goals. I don't believe in failure because I know the smallest voices can make it better. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold, we've traveled around the world, and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me so I can sing them all my songs and tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me. Some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My dad got 61. Remember life, and then your life becomes a better one. I made the man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit. Once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends, or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old, Issei, I think I still have the touch. On the other hand, the whole school was surprised that Issei knows how to sing. On the other hand, Rias was shedding a couple of tears remembering what Issei had to go through. Rias, Issei said it sadly. Issei, I will protect you, that I swear. Hasai got up from the piano and went to play the guitar. Issei, hello, old friend, how many lonely nights have we spent together? Now everything is so different. Aika, you just heard what Issei said. He says that he was alone a long time ago, poor thing. What could have happened to him? Issei, well, here we go. Heart beats fast. Colors and promises, how to be brave, how can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you, darling. Don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. Time stands still. Beauty in all she is. I will be brave. I will not let anything take away what's standing in front of me. Every breath, every hour has come to this one step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. One step closer. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. Issei, if it seems that I didn't lose in a good touch, I better go, otherwise I'll be late. So Issei retired to his classroom, passing by the other students. The girls looked at him with a smile and the boys with jealousy, but he was about to enter the classroom, but he bumped into some boys. Issei, sorry, wait, you're not Matsuda and Motohama. Matsuda? Yes, we are, and you must be Issei, right? Motohama, by the way, good songs. Well, you have to go in, otherwise the teacher will get upset. Issei, yes. So Motohama and Matsuda entered, but Issei said before entering. Issei, so they are his successors. Issei, what's your name? Rosweiss. My name is Rosweiss. I am a Valkyrie. I said it neutrally. Issei, nice to meet you. My name is Hayadu Issei, but you can call me Issei. Serche, well, what do we do about Baldur? Azazel, how about we send Sona and Rias' entourage to see how much progress they've made? Michael, I think that's a good idea. Serche, Rias and Sona get ready in 3 days to face Baldur. Rias, yes, One-sama. Sona, okay, Mal Lucifer. Rias, what will you do, Issei? Issei, I'm going to observe them. Don't worry, they've progressed a lot. If something happens, I'm going to go help them. So the 3 days passed, and Rias and Sona's entourages were on the outskirts of Lilith City to begin the battle against Baldur. Serafal, how do you think it ends? Circe, I hope they can stop him. Michael, don't worry, I know they can. Issei was just thinking, but Rosweiss approaches him. Rosweiss. Hello, Issei, how are you? Issei, well Rosweiss, just a little thoughtful. Rosweiss, how do you think the fight will end? I mean, Baldur is very strong. Issei, they have improved, I know they can, but if something happens I will intervene. Rosweiss, but I only feel the aura of a human in you. Issei, that's because I'm hiding my aura, you'll see later. Rosweiss, I'm leaving too, I have to go to battle. At that, Baldur is released from the dimension. Baldur, filthy demons, how dare they lock me up? Rias, surrender, Baldur. Baldur, never is the time for slaughter. Baldur created several magic circles from which the children of Fenrir and Jörmungandr appear. Baldur, Ade. Thus the fight began. The entourage was winning, but Baldur gets angry and launches a dark attack. Baldur, shadow energy at the end of the attack, the entourage is seen on the ground. Baldur, you lesser beings are nothing against me. Rosweiss, we will never let you get away with this, she said, getting up with difficulty. Od, Baldur, don't do it. Baldur, Tenshara Rosweiss just closes her eyes, waiting for her end. Before the attack collided with Rosweiss, you could hear Getsuga Tenshu. The attack dissipates, and Baldur falls. Issei, good thing you arrived on time. Rosweiss, Issei. Issei, I told you it wasn't normal, right? Baldur, Diamen, you inferior being, how dare you touch me? Isaac, you better back off if you don't want me to finish you off. Baldur, don't make me laugh. Fenrir killed him. Fenrir lunges at Issei but is knocked down before he can reach him. Archak, hi bro, I was saying it on top of him. Fenrir, Archak, how I locked you up. Loki, Archak, you've returned, son, he said happily. Odin, after a while, at last. With Issei. Issei, it's good to see you, Archak, I thought you would never arrive. Archak, and never leave you with all the fun. Issei, how about we beat them up? Archak, done. Issei saw that Rosweiss was crying but he remembered a song. Issei, this will be the last song. This world will never be what I expected, and if I don't belong, who would have guessed it? I will not leave you alone. Everything that I own to make you feel like it's not too late, it's never too late. Even if I say it'll be alright still, I hear you say you want to end your life. Now and again, we try to just stay alive. Maybe we'll turn it all around, 'cause it's not too late. It's never too late. No one will ever see this side reflected. And if there's something wrong, who would have guessed it? And I have left alone. Everything that I own to make you feel like it's not too late, it's never too late. Even if I say it'll be alright still, I hear you say you want to end your life. Now and again, we try to just stay alive. Maybe we'll turn it all around, 'cause it's not too late. It's never too late. The world we knew won't come back. The time we've lost can't get back. The life we had won't be ours again. This world will never be what I expected. And if I don't belong, even if I say it'll be alright still, I hear you say. You want to end your life. Now and again, we try to just stay alive. Maybe we'll turn it all around, 'cause it's not too late. It's never too late. Maybe we'll turn it all around, 'cause it's not too late. It's never too late, it's never too late. It's not too late. It's never too late. At the end of the song, Issei says goodbye, and everyone applauds him. Issei was getting off the stage and heading to Rosweiss when he was near her, but before he said anything, she hugged him. Rosweiss, thank you, Issei. Issei, don't worry, I'll always be there for you, Rosweiss. After the hug, they separated and returned to the castle, and each went to their room the next day. They got up and had breakfast, but before they could leave, a guard arrived with Rosweiss screaming. Guard, Rosweiss-sama, Odin-sama needs you. The ice giants are about to attack Asgard. Rosweiss, sorry, Issei, the tour will have to be another day. Issei, don't worry, it's duty first. Issei and Rosweiss arrived at the war room, where all the gods were talking. Loki, We have to stop this invasion immediately, father. Thor, my brother is right. If we let them advance further, they could reach the walls. Freya, Odin, what do you think? Odin, let me think why there are so many giants. Never before have so many gathered. Something else is happening. Odin, we'll find out later. I'll go with an army. Everyone was surprised when they heard that their leader was going to go personally. Thor, father, if you fall, there will be no one who can stop them. Odin, I may be old, but I still know how to fight. Rosweiss, I will accompany you, Odin-sama. Issei, I'll go too. Everyone was surprised when they saw him because he was the one who had killed Baldur. Issei, then we introduce ourselves. It's time for the battle, he said while transforming. Aizen, Hado number 90 Kuro Hitsuji. Ichigo, I thought you had improved Aizen. Aizen, shut up. Ichigo, I think I'll use all my power. Aizen, again, you don't care about losing your powers again. Ichigo, I won't lose them again. Aizen, don't tell me that. Ichigo, exactly, I already controlled my power. Aizen, impossible. Ichigo, it's time to end this Aizen. Aizen, DM it. Ichigo, Mujetsu Aizen disappears after the attack, being turned into ash. Ichigo, finally, you will no longer do any more harm, Aizen. Ichigo falls to the ground in pain. Ichigo, even though I train my power to not lose my Shinigami powers, I can only maintain it for 1 hour, that is my limit. Ichigo, with the little strength he had left, reaches Rukia. Ichigo, Rukia at that moment, he faints next to her. In the distance, Odin was arriving with the gods Archak and Rosweiss. But when they see the battlefield, they are surprised because everything was destroyed, caves of giants everywhere. Odin, but what happened here? Loki, they're all dead. Archak, where is Issei? Ross, you have to look for it. Then everyone splits up looking for Issei. Archak, here it is here. They all go to Archak and see an Issei lying on the ground with some wounds, and next to him is a short girl with short hair. Ross, Issei, wake up. Archak, he just fainted from exhaustion. We need to take them to the hospital. Odin, let's go now. Hi. Archak says before leaving. Archak, you are incredible, my friend. Only you could achieve this feat, Issei. I've been busy, hee. Issei, how are you all over there? Rukia, since all our friends died in the human world, I have not returned. Karen and Yuzu enrolled in the Shinigami Academy, and your father, Isshin, became the head of the Shiba clan again as soon as I divorced Renji. Issei, I'm sorry, Rukia. I'm really going to hit him when I see him. Rukia, don't worry, I don't hold any grudge against him because I realized that I didn't love him. I only appreciated him. Issei, I'm going to hit him anyway, he said, turning his gaze, but then he felt a hug. Issei, what's wrong, shorty? You've softened over the years. Rukia, thank you, Ichigo, for always being there for me. Issei, you know I always will be because you're my dwarf. Rukia blushed at what was said and looked at Issei, then something in her head told her to do it. Rukia slowly approached his face, and Issei did the same. They approached little by little, remembering what happened. Rukia, in her thoughts, I wish I had realized sooner that I have loved you every moment since I met you. Issei, in his thoughts, since you gave me the opportunity to be a Shinigami to save my family, when you taught me how to be one, when they were going to execute you, when we went to Hueco Mundo, you were always present in my head and heart. I will love you until the day I die. I love you, Rukia. Issei, I love you, Rukia. Rukia, and I love you, Ichigo. Archak, Ichi, wow, it seems you were waiting for this for many years, isn't that right, Issei? Issei, you don't know how much, friend. Rukia, Issei. And why is that dog talking? Issei, that's what they call me in this dimension, and his name is Archak. Rukia, you have a lot of explaining to do, Ichigo. Issei, yes, now I'll explain it to you. Issei told him everything about how his family had forgotten him and how they reconciled, and he also explained how this dimension works. Issei, that would be all, you understood. Rukia, yes, I understand. Issei, but how did you get here and how did Aizen capture you? Rukia, I was in the Squad 13 compound doing some paperwork until I received a message that said, I know where Ichigo is. Come to the human world. I decided to go because it had been 16 years since I was able to see you again. When I got to the place Aizen ambushed me, I tried to use my Bankai, but if I did that, the humans could die, so I only used my sword and Kido, but he easily defeated me. Issei, I'm sorry I worried you. Rukia, promise me you'll never leave my side again. Issei, I promise I'll stay with you. Archek, try to rest, I'll come tomorrow. Issei, thank you friend. Rukia, take care, Isaac, let's rest. Rukia, tomorrow we have to give a report to Odin, and then we will walk around the city. Rukia, it's okay. So Issei and Rukia fell asleep together. Issei, now what do I do? What do I say to Rukia? Rukia, first you have to find her, then you tell her everything you feel. Say, I'll do that, let's go. Issei and Rukia went out to look for Rosweiss. They searched for her for 6 hours until Issei, using his dragon sense of smell, realized that she was in the park where she sang. Issei, I already know where it is, it's in Rukia Park. Rukia, let's go. Upon arriving at the park, they saw Ross crying on a bench, shedding tears, so Issei comes up with an idea. Issei, I have an idea. Rukia, which one? Issei, just wait here and I'll be right back. Issei went to look for the band they played with last time. Issei, guys, I need your help. Guitarist, hello, you're new, what do you need? Issei, I need you to lend me your guitar and come with me. Guitarist, no problem. Issei and the band started walking to the park. Issei told them to take out their instruments and give him the guitar and microphone. Issei, thanks guys. Band, you're welcome. Issei, good afternoon, everyone of Asgard. My name is Issei Haidu, and today I come to sing to some special people for me. The first is short and grumpy, Rukia only grunts, but she is a woman that I love with all my heart. With her, I went through a lot of situations that you can't even imagine, that made Rukia happy. She made me what I am. The second woman is someone I haven't known for a long time, but she is someone that, like the first, is. In my heart, Ross raises his head, in this short time that I have known her, and I have experienced with her happiness, affection, understanding, and I feel love for her. This song is for you, the women of my life, Rukia and Ross. Issei grabs the guitar. When life leaves you high and dry, I'll be at your door tonight if you need help. If you need help, I'll shut down the city lights. I'll lie, cheat, and beg and bribe to make you well. To make you well when enemies are at your door, I'll take you away from war if you need help. Your hope dangling by a string, I'll share in your suffering to make you well. To make you well, give me reasons to believe that you would do the same for me. And I would do it for you. For you, baby, I'm not moving on. I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, you will never sleep alone. I'll love you long after you go. And long after you're gone, gone. When you fall like a statue, I'm going to be there to catch you. Put you on your feet. Put you on your feet. And if your well is empty, nothing will prevent me. Tell me what you need. What do you need? I surrender honestly. You've always done the same for me. So I would do it for you. For you, baby, I'm not moving on. I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, you would never sleep alone. I'll love you long after you're gone. And long after you're gone. You're my backbone, you're my cornerstone. You're my crutch when my legs stop moving. You're my head start, you're my rugged heart. You're the pulse that I've always needed. Like a drum baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating. For you, baby, I'm not moving on. I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, you would never sleep alone. I'll love you long after you're gone, bis. Like a drum baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating for you, and long after you're gone, gone. I'll love you long after you're gone. Rukia was surprised since she didn't know Ichigo could sing, while Ross was surprised by what Issei said. Issei, thanks now next. I found love for me. Darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. I found a girl, appealing and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me, 'cause we were just kids when we fell in love. Not knowing what it was, I will not give you up this time. Darling, just embrace me slowly. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes, you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark. With you in my arms barefoot on the grass listening to our favorite song, when you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath. But you heard it, darling, you look perfect tonight. I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams, and I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a lover to carry more than just my secrets. To carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love. Fighting against all odds, I know we'll be all right this time. Darling, just hold my hand. Be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark. With you in my arms barefoot on the grass listening to our favorite song when I saw you in that dress looking so appealing, I don't deserve this, darling. You look perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark. With you in my arms, barefoot on the grass listening to our favorite song, I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person, and she looks perfect. I don't deserve this. You look perfect tonight. Issei, thank you all. Issei walked off the stage to applause and approached Ross. Issei, Ross, I'm sorry, I didn't want to make you feel bad. The truth is that when it comes to this, I'm a little clumsy. The truth is, but before he could continue, he felt something on his lips and saw Ross kissing him. Ross, I love you, Say, me too, Ross. Rukia? Well, I think everything is resolved in the end, but come with me, Ross. I have to talk to you. Ross just followed her to a corner while Issei said goodbye to the band. Issei turns around to see Ross and Rukia returning. Issei, what did they talk about? Rukia, you're welcome, I just explained everything. Ross, I know everything now, but I don't care if there are other girls, I just want to be with you. Issei, and I with you. Rukia or Ross. We love you, Issei, and I too. Odin, too, but like when? Issei, I'm also an Odin dragon for that reason. Odin, that explains a lot. Odin, well, let the celebration begin. Isaac, are you waiting for a celebration? Then the servants began to bring food and a lot of drinks. Thor, let the party begin for our new brother in arms. Gods, health Issei, cheers. They stayed like this all night, laughing, drinking and eating. Rukia, Issei, I think we should go now. Issei, just a little longer, Rukia, we're having fun, I was already drunk. Ross, Rukia is right. Say it's late, we have to go. Issei, well, just because you tell me so. Issei, well friends, I'm leaving, thanks for the party. I'll see you later, Issei. Rukia and Ross took Issei to his room and put him to bed so he could sleep. Ross, rest. Rukia, sleep. Issei, don't go and sleep with me tonight. At that, the two see each other and lie down next to Issei. Issei, thank you. I love you with all my soul. I don't know what I would do without you. Rukia, we love you too, Issei, and I promise that I will never leave your side. Ross, we love you, Issei, I would rather die than leave your side. Issei, thank you, he said it while shedding a tear. Ross/Rukia, rest Issei. The three of them fell asleep. The next day Issei was waking up and found Rukia and Rossweiss still sleeping. Issei, I'm going to let you sleep even better, I'll prepare breakfast. Issei left the room towards the castle kitchen. When he arrived he saw that there was no one, meaning they were still sleeping from yesterday's party. Issei, I think I'll make pancakes. Half an hour later, I had already finished preparing breakfast. Issei, now it's time to raise them. When he reaches the room, he starts talking. Issei, Rukia Ross, breakfast is ready. Rukia, 5 more minutes. Ross, Issei, lie down a little longer. Issei, if you don't get up, I'll go to the other Valkyries. Both, we are awake now. Rukia, you did all this, Ichigo. Issei, yes, eat now. After breakfast, they went to explore all of Asgard with Rukia until they ran into Thor. Thor, Issei, I'm glad I found you. Say, what happened, Thor? Thor, I wish we could have a fight. Issei, a fight you're sure? Thor, of course you accept then. Issei, yes of course, no problem. Thor, alright, then at 5 in the training room. Issei, see you there. Thor flies away excitedly. Ross, are you sure Issei? Issei, if you don't worry, I'll be fine. Guys, sorry for only uploading one chapter, but I have not had light since the morning. Sorry, tomorrow I will upload a couple more chapters. Both attacks collided with each other, causing an explosion. Issei, that attack was good, Thor. Same here. Both of them launched themselves against each other again, Thor using his axe and Issei his sword. The battle was even, but Issei decided to end it as soon as possible. Issei, Bankai Issei, with more speed and strength, launched himself against Thor. He could barely withstand the amount of attacks he was throwing at him. They were like that for 5 minutes until Thor decided to bring out all his power. Thor, tired, you're the first one who's going to make me use this. Thor, divine armor. Then a lightning bolt strikes Thor, causing him to raise a cloud of dust. When the smoke dissipates, you can see Thor wearing scale-shaped armor. Thor, you're the first one who forces me to use this power, you better be prepared. Issei, come on, what are you waiting for? Thor once again launched himself against Issei, but now Issei was in trouble because Thor's new armor made him move at incredible speed. Then Thor throws a powerful lightning bolt at him. Thor lightning sword Issei receives the attack hidden, leaving him badly injured. Issei, I see you took it seriously, well, it's time to get serious too. Issei, let's finish this Thor. Issei, Getsuga Tenshu. After the impact of the Getsuga, an unconscious Thor was seen on the ground. Issei, you are very strong, Thor, it was a great battle. From the stands, Rukia and Ross rush to hug Issei. Rukia/Ross, Issei. Issei greets the two with a hug. Issei, they saw the whole fight. Rukia, yes, Issei. Ross, how strong are you, Issei? Issei, you'll see it little by little. At that, Thor regains consciousness. Thor, well, looks like I lost. Issei, don't be discouraged, it was a real battle, you are very strong. Issei helps Thor get up, and that's when Odin arrives. Odin, it was a great battle. Issei, thank you, Odin. Odin, well boy, I see you want to go home, don't you? Issei, haha, you caught me. Odin, yes, I think it's time to go back. I've been here for a week. Odin, well, when do you come back? Issei, tomorrow. Rukia, it's time for you to introduce me to your parents, Issei. Issei, yes, when we get back, I'll introduce you to everyone. Odin, well, since you're leaving tomorrow, let's celebrate today. Issei/Rukia, Renji. Renji, hello, Issei was going to approach, but Shin says. Shin, Renji, what are you doing here? I was supposed to come alone. Renji, Diamond Tadpole, the Cows Brigade is organizing a large-scale attack and you're wasting time, let's go back. Issei, you betray us too, Renji, even after what you did to Rukia. Renji, Matsumoto was more of a woman than she would ever be, and he was also controlling her. Issei, what did you say? Renji, I don't have time to talk to you, Shin, let's go. Shin, Tisk, we'll see each other another time, little brother. Issei, Shin Renji I. Shin and Renji left in a magic circle. Rukia, Ichigo, it's not time. Ross, Rukia is right. Issei, first we have to kill the hollows. Issei, no, we won't kill them, we will save them. Ross and Rukia, yes. The hollows rush to attack them. There were 80 hollows. Issei, Rukia freezes his feet. Rukia, yes. Rukia puts on her Shinigami outfit. Issei, it suits you. Rukia, thank you. Rukia, Tsugi no mi. Rukia, Hakurin. A huge amount of snow is thrown towards the hollows, causing their feet to freeze. Rukia, Ichigo now. Issei, if Issei, at great speed with his sword in hand, cuts the control collars of all the hollows. Issei, finally. Rukia, good job. Issei, it means a lot coming from a captain, he said mockingly. Ross, now what are we going to do with them? Issei, I have to take them home. Both, we accompany you. Issei sees the others who were injured and trying to get up. Issei, I don't want them to stay, and please heal them. I also want you to explain everything about me and the situation, please. Both, it's okay, Issei. Issei goes to the hollows and breaks the ice, causing them to fall in a pile. Hollows, T. In that a hollow sees Issei. Hollow, you're the one who put these collars on us. Say, no, I was the one who freed them, but I know who they were. Hollow, tell me so I can go kill them. Issei, first they must become stronger, I will take them back to Hueco Mundo. Hollows, thank you. Issei creates a throat with his hand, surprising Rukia and Ross a little since she didn't know much about that dimension. Issei, come this way. The Hollows and Issei crossed the portal to the Hollow world. Upon arriving at Hueco Mundo, Issei looked with shock as everything changed. Imagine it's like this, but everything is everywhere. Hello, what's up boy? You've never seen a place like this. Issei, it's been a while since I came to Hueco Mundo. The last time I came, everything was deserted. Hollow, it took us time, but Hollow and Shinigami can finally have peace. The Hollows guided Issei to the Espada castle, but they were greeted by someone they hadn't seen in a long time. Issei, Grimjiao. And that's it, after weeks, finally another chapter. I'll try to upload another one tomorrow, and if I can't, I'll upload it the day after. Issei, well, I think now it's time to sleep. Ria stepped aside from Issei with Ross and Rukia. The next day everyone was on their way to school. When they arrived, everyone saw how Issei was accompanied by the entire occult club, receiving insults from the students. Student 1, that Diamond Hayadu wants to keep our queens. Student 2, that should be me, not him. Student 3, that BSTRD. With Issei. Rias, don't pay attention to them, Issei. Issei, I never do. Akino, they're annoying really. At that point, the captain of the football club steps in front of him. Soccer captain, hi Udu Issei, I want to know why you hang out with them. Issei, that's none of your business. Captain, I am the football captain, you owe me respect. Issei, should I applaud you or what? Captain, unfortunate. The captain launches himself to hit Issei but he grabs him by the fist and fist, Issei, I think it's better for you to stay on the floor. Captain, in pain bad word. Issei, listen carefully trash, if you come close to me or any of them again, I swear on my life that I will kill you, he said with a look colder than your ex. The football captain ran away. Rias, I think you scared him away. Issei, this is what he deserves for butting in where he shouldn't. Kino, wow, someone is jealous. Issei just blushed at what Akino said. He looks so cute when he blushes. Issei, go ahead girls, I'm going to go to Sona's to see about Ross and Rukia's admission. See you Issei. Issei was walking towards the student council when he entered. He met Tsubaki, who opened the door for him. Tsubaki, what is offered to you, Hayate Issei? Issei, hello, Tsubaki, I would like to speak to Sona. Tsubaki, come this way. Issei, thank you. Sona, hello, Issei, what can I do for you? Issei, hello Sona, I would like a favor. Sona, if it's in my hands I could. Issei, I would like 2 people to enter this academy, one as a teacher and one as a student. Sona, who would they be? Issei, my partners. Sona, couples. Issei, if I am a dragon, therefore I am polygamous, although at first I did not want to. Sona put on a sad smile because, even though she didn't accept it, she had feelings for him. Sona, and who are they? Issei, Rukia and Ross. Sona, I know Ross, but who is Rukia? Issei, you'll know her then if you can help me. Sona, sure, no problem. Issei, thank you very much, Sona. Issei then left the council and headed to his living room. Tsubaki, Kaicho because he has that face. Sona, what a face I have. Tsubaki, how sad do you think you are in love with me? Sona, don't continue if I'm in love, but I don't think he'll notice me, I'm not very attractive. Tsubaki, nonsense Kaicho, you are appealing. Sona, thanks, Tsubaki, but I don't know what to do. Tsubaki, I think Kaicho should confess. Sona, I think you're right. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to confess. With Issei he was entering his classroom for classes, where he answered questions from all the students who asked him where they had been for a week. He said that he left the country for family matters. Become so numb, telling me what you want me to be, I've become so numb, telling me what you want me to be. Issei, well they play great, Matsuda, thank you. Motohama, thanks, you sing great. Issei, well, let's go with another one. I remember years ago. Someone told me I should take caution. When it comes to love, I did, and you were strong, and I was not my illusion, my mistake. I was careless, I forgot, I did, and now that everything is done, there is nothing to say. You have gone, and so effortlessly, you have won. You can go ahead and tell them. Tell them everything I know now. Shout it from the rooftops. Write it on the skyline. All we had is gone now. Tell them I was happy, and my heart is broken. All my scars are open. Tell them what I hoped would be impossible. Impossible, impossible. Falling out of love is strong. Falling for betrayal is worse. Broken trust and broken hearts, I know. Thinking all you need is there. Building faith on love and empty promises will wear. I know, and now that all is gone, there is nothing to say. And if you're done with embarrassing me on your own, you can go ahead and tell them everything I know now. Shout it from the rooftops. Write it on the skyline. All we had is gone now. Tell them I was happy, and my heart is broken. All my scars are open. Tell them what I hoped would be impossible, impossible. I remember years ago. Someone told me I should take caution when it comes to love. I did tell them everything I know now. Shout it from the rooftops. Write it on the skyline. All we had is gone now. Tell them I was happy, and my heart is broken. What I hoped would be impossible, impossible. Issei, that was good. I think it's time to go back to school. Matsuda, yes, let's go. Motohama, let's go. But before Issei could close the club door, Sona appeared, and she told him, Sona, excuse me, Issei, can I talk to you? Issei, if there is no problem, go ahead friends, I'm going to talk to Sona. Both? Okay. They leave. Issei, and you wanted to talk about Sona. Sona, it could be somewhere more private. Issei, private. Drake, hey buddy, another one has arrived. Issei, what else are you referring to, Drake? Drake, nothing better, I'm going to sleep. Issei, if Sona passes by here. They both entered the music club. Issei, well Sona, what is it about? Sona, Issei me. Issei, what are you? Sona, yo starts to blush. Sona, I was hoping to hear a song from you. Say, just that? Sona, I just wanted to hear you sing. Issei, well, no problem. At that, Issei sits at the piano and starts playing it. Issei starts playing the piano, and Sona approaches him and puts her hands on top of it. Issei smiles and walks away, leaving Sona with the piano and taking out a guitar he was preparing to sing, but then Sona starts singing. The day we met frozen, I held my breath. Right from the start I knew it. I found a home for me. Heart beats fast, colors and promises, how to be brave, how can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. Issei was surprised by Sona's appealing voice. He seemed to hear an angel even though she is a demon. I have died every day waiting for you, darling. Don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. Issei was happy to hear her sing, so he smiles and starts singing. Time stands still. Beauty in all she is. I will be brave. I will not let anything take away what's standing in front of me. Every breath, every hour, has come to this one step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. After finishing singing together, Issei was happy. Issei, Sona, wow, I didn't know you sang like that. You're incredible. Sona, thank you. Sona couldn't hold back any longer and launched herself at the brunette, knocking him to the ground and kissing him. Issei was surprised that Sona kissed her, but after a few seconds she kissed him back. Say, it's me. Sona, I love you, Issei. Since I saw you, you intrigued me, you caught my attention. After seeing how fun, responsible, and happy you were, I fell in love with you. Issei, wow, Sona. I don't know what to say. I love you too, but I don't know if you want to. Sona, I want to be with you. I know you are part dragon. I know there will be more, but as long as I am in your heart. Issei, I love you, Sona. Sona, and I love you, Issei. Tomorrow I will upload another chapter. In the next one there will be fights. That's all for today. Take care, friends. Ross, I understand, we'll be watching. Issei, thank you. Ross, Issei, be careful. Issei, don't worry, I'll be fine. Ross, take care, I love you. Issei, me too. In that both hang Issei, alright, let's go. They both teleported in a magic circle. In the underworld, the army was about to enter the city, but the leaders and demons held them back at the entrance. Leaders, resist. General, hold on. In that, a magic circle appears from where Issei and Grafia come out. Issei, boy, they're having a bad time. All, Issei, I was resting. Well, it's time to get back to work. He sees the situation and says, Issei, some ice would be great. Nobody understood what he was saying. At that, Issei screams. Hirenmura Issei appears in a different outfit with a cape behind him. Issei immediately created a huge ice barrier. Issei, well, this will stop them for now. Surzex, it's good that you arrived in time, we wouldn't have lasted any longer. Issei, calm down now, how many are there? Sikvera, there are 100,000 enemy soldiers. Issei, wow, there are quite a few, it will take time. Azazel, but there's something that doesn't add up. Issei looks at him with interest. Issei, what would it be? Azazel, according to information from my friends, they are not their strongest warriors. They have evil dragons and creatures with white masks. Issei, those creatures are hollows, but don't kill them if they have a collar, just cut their collar if they don't have one. Cut them in half and attack the head. Michael, how do you know that? Issei, I'll explain later, first we have to finish them off. At that point, everyone rushes into battle. Sami, how could they do this? Goru, now all humans know about the supernatural. Sarah, we must evacuate the students first. At that, everyone moved. Rukia, to confront these things, aim at their heads and break them. If they are wearing collars, don't kill them because they are being controlled. Ross, Dimon, we can handle enemies from the academy, but what about the city? Then a voice is heard. Don't worry, the voice said. There appears to be a light. In that appears Odin. Thor, Loki, Archak, and the army of Asgard. Ross, Odinsima, Thor. You didn't think they would fight alone, did you? Rias, Thor said it shadily. Archak, all of Asgard is here. Rukia, hello, Archak. Loki, where is Issei? Ross, he had to go to the underworld, which is under attack. Sona, Odinsima, you have to go there. Odin, don't worry, little demon. I think Issei is more than enough to finish them off. Odin, now soldiers of Asgard, this battle will remain in the history books. This battle is not like any other. After this battle, we will be known throughout the human world, so whoever is with me. All the warriors scream. Odin, attack! Everyone started heading towards the city against the Cows Brigade. Odin, we must go too. The gods nodded and also went to the city. Rias, we have to help the students find shelter. Rukia, will cover for them. In a classroom, there were 2 male and 2 female students. These were Matsuda, Motohama, Murayama, and Kates. Matsuda, what are those things? Motohama, I don't know, but we have to get out of here. Murayama, what's happening? The city is also being attacked. Kates, now what do we do? Motohama, first you have to stay calm. But then a hollow appears. Hello, well, what do we have here? A pile of corpses could be seen on the ground, lying on the leaders and tired armies, and an Issei standing with his ice wings. Issei, we're finally done. Everyone starts shouting in victory, but then a magic circle appears, from which Zenobia and Tsubaki come out a little hurt. Issei, Zenobia, Tsubaki, What happened? Surzex and my sister. Serafal and Sona Zenobia, tired, the Cows Brigade Issei. What happened to them? Tsubaki, they are attacking the city of Kuo. At that, they both faint. Issei, Himen, I knew something wasn't right about this. Surzex, those bastards showed themselves to the human world. Azazel, so that was why. Michael, now everyone knows about the supernatural. Issei, we'll fix that later. First we have to end the threat, we have to go now. Let's go. In this they create a huge magic circle that takes them all to the human world. Upon arrival, you can see a damaged academy and a city on fire. Issei, Diamenit, look for everyone. Everyone splits up to look for them, but Issei is seen walking through the school forest, where he finds everyone lying on the floor with wounds and burns. The only one standing was Rukia, who was weak. Issei, Rukia said it while shouting. Rukia, Issei, you finally arrived, I said it weakly. Issei, Rukia, what happened? 1 hour ago. Rias, I don't know, I just hope they don't take long. At that, the door opens showing the Asgardians. Odin, it was difficult, but we managed to finish off the city's enemies. Thor, it was a good warm-up. Loki, it wasn't very complicated. Archak, we managed to get everyone to an underground shelter. Rias, what a relief, this is almost over. Rukia, if the hollows that were controlled are also returning to Hueco Mundo. Sona, only missing, but then an explosion is heard in the gym, and a dark-skinned man is seen. Unknown, well, we have more prisoners here. There was an overwhelming power that made everyone alert. Thor, you. Identify yourself. Unknown, my name is Acnologia, and I am the last thing you will see. Rias, Asia, stay inside to heal the wounded. In that, Thor, Odin, Archak, and Loki pounced on him, taking him out of the gym. In that, Rias and everyone except Asia came out. Motohama and Matsuda also came out, and of course Murayama and Keitase were very worried. Motohama, Rukia, you can create a barrier with Kidu. Rukia just made the barrier and they went after the guy. Acnologia, lalalal, this is going to be fun watching them die. Rias, we won't die because I have people I love. Motohama, we won't die because I have people to take care of. Oh, we will not die today. Everyone charges at Acnologia. Current time Issei, Rukia, who did this to you? Acnologia, it was me. At that, Issei looks at the sky and sees a black dragon with blue Issei. Acnologia was serious. Acnologia, wow, it seems you know me, brat. Issei, of course, since I am the brother of Igneal, the fire dragon king. Acnologia, wow, if you're his brother, show me what you've got. Issei quickly gathered all those who were unconscious and injured, and he healed them with his dragon flames. Rias, what happened? She said, standing up. Sona, I don't know, in that everyone sees Issei with a green fire healing them. All, Issei, sorry for the delay, now stay here. In that, Issei kisses everyone, Ross, Rukia, Rias, Sona, Akino, Kaneko, Zenobia. After kissing them, they are all seen blushing. Issei, stay here, I'll finish soon. Issei begins to expel smoke from his body until he begins to grow and transform. Issei had taken out his Zanpakuto, and then he looks at his parents nervously and sadly at the same time. They look at him and get sad and nod, crying. Issei was going to end Shin's life, but a girl appears with speed and moves him 20 meters away from Issei. Issei, Inoue, Shin, are you okay? Shin was unresponsive, as he was unconscious. Without answering, Inoue takes Shin away in a magic circle. Issei, then, one day we will end this brotherly fight. Issei turns to look at them and sees that everyone was fine with that. He just smiles and approaches his parents and hugs them. Surzex, it's all over at last. Issei, not yet. In that, Issei uses his Hyarin Murabankai and his technique. Issei, Hayaten Hayakaso. In the clouds, snow began to fall, and upon contact with the flames, they were extinguished, so the city that was on fire stopped being on fire. Now only an almost destroyed city could be seen. Issei began to glow in green fire that spread throughout the city. No one knew what was happening. They were terrified, but in that they felt warmth and saw how their wounds were healing. Michael, Issei, what did you do? Issei, I cured everyone in the city, but I can't revive the dead no matter how strong I try. The real problem is that now everyone knows that the supernatural exists, and now everyone has to do something about it and talk to the leaders. Azazel, this is going to take time and paperwork. Issei just laughs like everyone else and looks at Matsuda and Motohama. Issei, so in the end, Ishida and Chad were reincarnated. Ishida, better not say anything, Kurosaki, since you were the first. Chad just smiles with his thumb up. Rias, what are they talking about, reincarnation? Sona, there are many things you are not telling us, Issei. Issei, I'll tell you at the next meeting you have after talking to the country representatives. Time skip 1 month. 1 month had passed since the attack on the city of Kwa. The alliance spoke with the representatives of each country. It must be said that people were scared when they found out about the supernatural, but once the leaders of the alliance spoke to the world, they said that they would protect them from them. To the human world and the supernatural, they formed an alliance to fight the Cows Brigade. Issei could be seen at home in the living room watching television when all of Issei's girls came in since they had gone to the mall. Rukia, Issei, we're back. Rias, here we are to say. Issei, I'm in the living room. They all go to the living room and see him watching television. All the girls approach him and embrace him tenderly and lovingly. Issei, how did it go? Sona, it was fun. Note, Sona and her entire entourage lived in Issei's house. Kiba began a relationship with Tsubaki and Saji with Momo and Ruruko. Classes were suspended due to the attack on the city. Obviously, the Supernaturals helped rebuild the city, and now the Supernaturals can study in academies around the world. Rias, by the way, Issei, in a week there will be a meeting with the entire alliance. Issei, perfect time to tell the whole truth and recruit new allies. Rukia, Issei, perhaps Issei. Yes, after the meeting we will go to the Soul Society and talk to the Godii 13. Apart from that, they must be crazy looking for you. You've been out of there for 2 months. Rukia, that's true. Issei, also, I must introduce myself to your brother, he said while sweating. They all laughed at how Isaac felt. President of England, we understand, but what do we do with those who don't have a collar? Issei, with whatever weapon you have, shoot them in the face until the mask breaks. Only then will they disappear. Everyone nodded. President of Mexico, and who is the leader of this organization? Azazel, his name is Rizavim Lucifer, he is the son of the original Lucifer. We also have the names of other people. We have Euclid Lucifuge, and there are also the children of the Maus Shalba Kateria who freed her from her confinement, a certain Rinji Abarai. Rukia, hearing this, clenched her fists, but Issei saw her and took her hand, to which she smiled. Azazel, and finally there is Shin Hayu, President of Russia. Wait, you said Hayu, excuse me, young Issei, is he a relative of yours? Issei, he's my brother. Everyone was surprised when they heard that. US President, I think it would be best if you didn't confront him, you couldn't fight with everything you've got. Issei, calm down, I already made a decision. I gave him the chance to redeem himself, but he didn't take it. The last time I see him will be the last. Everyone was surprised except Issei's family, they just lowered their heads. Issei, well, if that's all, why don't you sign? After 10 minutes, everyone had signed the peace treaty between the supernatural and humans. President of Mexico, that would be all, but what will we do about the dimensions? If they continue bringing more and more soldiers, they will beat us. Issei, calm down if they bring soldiers because we do not make an alliance between dimensions. President of Japan, what do you mean, Issei? Issei, I think it's time to bring back some old friends. President of Russia, when will they come? Issei, if everything goes well, they will come in 1 week. President of England, I think it's good that the more we are, the better. So everyone left the meeting room. When they left, a lot of people and cameramen and journalists were waiting for them outside, so the presidents and leaders with Issei and the others went up to a podium, and the president spoke. US President, good afternoon, everyone. We have something important to tell the entire world. President of Russia, a week ago there was an attack on the Japanese city of Kuo, but some people defended the city and saved the people. President of Japan, We know that you are afraid of what these people are capable of doing, but just as there were people who attacked us, President of England, there were people who defended us and gave their lives for us. President of Mexico, these people fought against the things that attacked us, and today we reveal that supernatural beings exist. President of Japan? Yes, we know that they are afraid, but we have talked to them and seen them up close, and they are not only people with powers but also good people. President of Korea, there are evils in this world, but there are also people who fight against these evils, so now we tell you that we signed a peace treaty with supernatural beings to support each other. Apus, I'll make you eat those words. Apus once again launched himself against Issei, but now he was faster. Issei, thinking he's faster and his attacks are stronger. Apus continued to attack Issei with tail strikes and headbutts. Apus, now that you're damned, you're nothing more than an insect to me. Issei, well, I think it's time I show you what terror is. Issei, in his dragon form, began to release even more heat than Apus. Apus, what is this heat? Issei, you don't know, right? We dragons are power, and to reveal our full potential, we don't need to train more but to have a purpose, and mine is to protect everyone from unfortunate people like you. Issei, at a speed that no one could see, positioned himself next to Apus, connecting a blow to his jaw that sent him to the ground. Apus, what magic is that? Issei, ancient magic, magic that my brother taught me. My magic is Dragon Slayer. Apus, dragon-killing magic is impossible. No one has that magic. Issei, what you think doesn't matter to me now, this is my final attack. Issei began to increase his heat even more, but this time the fire he expelled became increasingly red with black pieces. The energy he expelled began to grow more and more, and horns began to grow from his head. And from the middle of its horns, an enormous power was accumulated. And Apus couldn't move from fear. He was trembling, and then Issei launched his attack. Issei, Zero Apus received the attack. Apus, DMNU, Hayaru. Issei. Apus disappeared into particles. Issei, goodbye, Apus. I hope in another life you can do the right thing. Issei was returning to the center of Japan still in his dragon form when he arrived. He de-transformed before coming down. When he got down, he heard applause and shouts saying, "Hero, thank you for saving us." Issei, what happened? Azazel? Well, you see, we sent a drone to see everything that was happening. Issei, I understand. The crowd continued to applaud. Azazel, I think someone will become famous in the world. Issei, I don't want to be famous. I want to live peacefully after this. Issei saw the empty podium and approached. Issei, thank you, but I'm not doing it for applause or admiration. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do, so I ask you not to be afraid of us. We will not hurt you, but there are people who want us to be their slaves, but we will not allow it. Together we are stronger because of the human and the supernatural. Crowd. For humans and the supernatural. That day the humans had accepted that they would not be alone in this war, that the supernatural would help them, and together they would have victory. The doors open, and Ichigo, Ross and Rukia enter. Upon entering you can see several captains and an old man in the center. Yamamoto, Kurosaki Ichigo. Ichigo, how are you, old man Yamamoto? It's been a while. Yamamoto, we thought you were dead, Kurosaki. Ichigo, yes, but some things happened. Hirako, we have time, Ichigo. Ichigo, Hirako, when did you become captain? Hirako, it's not time to talk about that. Kenpachi, Ichigo fights me. Kensei, this is no time for fighting. Kenpachi, so you want to fight me? Yamamoto, enough. Now is not the time to talk about personal things. Ichigo, wait, where Unohana, Kamura and Yukitake are. Yamamoto, there were some changes. Kurosaki Ichigo. Ichigo, what changes? Yamamoto, new captains were chosen because the previous ones decided to leave their posts to their lieutenant. Ichigo, where are they? Yamamoto, if you want, we can tell you where they are later, but for now, why did you want this meeting? Ichigo, as you know, I died here, but my soul left this space and dimension. Kairaku, wait, you said dimension, how is that possible? Ichigo, that's what I'm getting at, we're not the only ones. There are different dimensions with other species. creatures and races. Tetsu, what kind of species? Ichigo, dragons, demons, fallen angels, spirits, gods, demigods, titans and more. Soifang, but they are in another dimension that does not affect soul society. Ichigo, that's not true. Tetsu, as you say. Ichigo, when Rukia disappeared and Aizen escaped, he had gone to my dimension, had captured Rukia. It was there in my dimension where I killed him. Yamamoto, I like your dimension. Ichigo, when I died here, my soul became particles. The idea was to go to the Soul Society, but a portal opened and took me to another place, to a dimension. When I arrived, I met other people. The other two gave me their powers, but I merged with the boy's soul, and I was reincarnated in him. Yoruchi, that means you're two people at once. Ichigo, no, not anymore. By fusing our souls, it made us one. We are Kurosaki Ichigo, but we are also Haida Issei. Byakuya, but how does it affect society? Ichigo, a group from my dimension has been gathering armies from different dimensions and is kidnapping hollows and controlling them. Yamamoto, that's bad if Halibel thinks that's us. Ichigo, calm down, I already talked to her. She's aware of the situation. Yamamoto, and what do you expect from us, Kurosaki Ichigo? Ichigo, join the alliance we've formed. We can't fight so many enemies alone, but together we can. Yamamoto, for the help you have given to the Soul Society on so many occasions, the Godii 13 will join the alliance to finish off the enemy. Ichigo, thank you, Elder Yamamoto. Yamamoto, any objections from any captain? Neither captain said anything. Yamamoto, well, with this, the meeting ends. In the next few weeks we will go see the other dimensions to be able to make an attack plan. Yamamoto, with this, we conclude the meeting. Everyone was leaving, but Ichigo approaches Byakuya. Ichigo, Byakuya, I have to talk to you. Byakuya, Ichigo, come, let's go to the Kuchiki complex. Byakuya and Ichigo were entering the Kuchiki compound with Rukia, Ross and Yoruchi. Yamamoto, he was known as the Quincy King. Unohana met him face to face and was injured. She could not fight him. She lost an eye and a leg, and he is still in a coma because he did not come alone. He had others with him. There were 14, counting him. Each captain faced one of them, but their bankai was taken from them. Captain Kamura decided to look for his ancestors. He decided to return to his old clan to be able to defeat the Quincy, but that cost him the part of him that made him look human. He became human for 6 hours. Yamamoto, but when you use that transformation, you give your heart, and when the transformation ends, you become a complete wolf. Yamamoto, we have not felt his spiritual pressure since then. Tetsu just looked down. Ichigo, calm down Tetsu, we'll find him. Ichigo, and Yukitake. Yamamoto, Yukitake is the same as Unohana. He is sick in bed after the war when we finally managed to kill Yawach. Yukitake could not bear his illness any longer and fell into a coma. We also do everything possible so that they can recover, but it is not enough. Ichigo, take me where they are. Yamamoto, what? Ichigo, take me where you are, I think I can help you. So all the captains took Ichigo to where Yukitake and Unohana were. Ichigo, well, I think I can do something. Ichigo began to release the same green fire that he used in the city. Ichigo, well, let's get started. Ichigo began to release even more green fire that enveloped Yukitake and Unohana in a cloak. Ichigo, Ross, do you remember the jars with phoenix tears? Ross, yes, Ichigo. Ichigo, fine, take 2 out of my backpack and throw them into the fire. Ross did as he was told, and the jars burst upon contact with the fire, causing tears to fall on Yukitake and Unohana. Ichigo, Ichigo made the entire room light up, blinding everyone. Byakuya, what happened? Rukia, for Nisama. In that, you could see an Ichigo standing and talking. Ichigo, welcome back. Yukitake, thank you, Ichigo. Unohana, how is that? Everyone outside was surprised and jumped up to hug them both. Yukitake, hey, calm down. Yamamoto, it was Ichigo who cured them. Ichigo, it was nothing I heard from my friends. Rukia, you never cease to amaze me. Ichigo, I hope I never stop doing it. Ross, but how did you know it would work? Ichigo, I had faith and some intelligence, even if you don't believe it. Yoruchi, what was that you used? Ichigo, that's known as Phoenix Tears. They cure you completely, even illnesses, but not parts of your body. Yoruchi, that's why you used that green fire. Ichigo, that's right, I powered up the tears using my fire, and with that, I managed to heal them. Yamamoto, I don't know what to say, Kuraki Ichigo. You always help us. Ichigo, there's still someone left to help. Yamamoto, to whom? Ichigo, Kamura. Tetsu, but since we haven't found him, how could you help him? Ichigo, I have an idea, you were tracking his spiritual energy, but he stopped having it. I'm going to give him my spiritual energy. Rukia, Ichigo, if you do that, you might not be able to use your powers again. Ichigo, don't worry, in this time I achieved a form that allows me to make this spiritual change of energy, and with that transformation I will not lose my powers. Yoruchi, I understand. Ichigo, well, don't track his spiritual energy, or we'll never find him. I'll try to look for him in the forest. You guys look for him in the Rukan district. Ichigo, you're right. Sajin, thanks for the advice. Ichigo fist bumped with Kamura. Ichigo began his journey towards the Seriidii. Ross, wait Ichigo, where are you going? But Rukia and Issei hold her back. Rukia, let it go, I should have seen them for a long time. Russ, see who? Yoruchi, to her father and her sisters. Ichigo just turned around and smiled before disappearing. Byakuya, Rukia, when we came, I felt the energy of a hollow. I know that Ichigo can use hollowification but not sound. Rukia, I don't know, but he told me he would tell us later. Byakuya, what more secrets will he keep? Rukia, I don't know, but I love him and I don't want to be separated from him. Byakuya just smiled because he hadn't seen that smile on Rukia for a long time. Kenpachi, today all the squads celebrate the arrival of old comrades. Whoever doesn't take it will face me in a fight. Ahai. With Ichigo. He was walking through the Seriidii towards the Shinigami Academy. He was so deep in thought that he didn't realize he was already at the door and collided with it. Ichigo, who went to? I'm too nervous. Ichigo saw that he was already at the door and tried to open it, but it was closed, so he jumped to the roof and walked there until he saw that everyone was practicing their kidos in the practice area. He saw all the Shinigami practitioners, but he couldn't find his sisters, so he kept looking until he saw his sisters casting kido. Yuzu/Karen, Hadu number 33, Sokatsui. Instructor, well done the following. The sisters were happy when they heard this and hugged each other. Ichigo, they've really grown. Ichigo had a melancholic smile. The sisters could already feel each other's ryatsu, they were happy, but then they felt the ryatsu they hadn't felt in a long time. Yuzu, Karen, this ryatsu is. Karen, Chinii. They both turned to look at the ceiling and see their brother, whom they hadn't seen for 2,000 years. Note, when Ichigo died, his sisters went to the Soul Society with Isshin, but he didn't make them study at the academy until 4 years ago. When they saw him, they began to cry for their brother. Ichigo sees them crying and uses Shunpa to quickly hug them. Ichigo, I'm sorry for worrying you. They began to shed even more tears. Yuzu/Karen, Ichinai Thei. Ichigo, I'm back and we will always be a family. Ichigo, you bastards are going to pay for hurting them. Hades Ares. Ichigo, Rukia Ross Yoruchi Yuzu Karen, take them. They took the Gremory and Citri entourage. Ichigo, old man Yamamoto, sorry for this, but can I ask you to move away? Yamamoto, you don't want us to help you, there are 3 of you. Ichigo, calm down, I'll take care of it, he said with his head down. Hades, listen to him or you want to die. Ichigo, the only ones who will die here will be you. Seth, what are you saying? You're already delirious. Ichigo in his mind. Ichigo, White, tell me King. Ichigo, I will use your power. White, are you sure King? Ichigo, if no one messes with my loved ones and the one who doesn't live to tell the tale, it's time to show our dark side. White, we have to tear them to pieces King. Outside his mind, Ichigo's body had fallen to the ground. The others wanted to help him, but in that. Ichigo, don't worry, I'm fine. Byakuya. Ichigo, what are you going to do? Ichigo, I just showed them my dark side. Ichigo, I will protect them. Ichigo had released a monstrous power that had caused everyone to feel it, even the faction leaders who were teleporting to the place of power. Azazel, what's going on? Ross, the Cows Brigade sent evil gods to hurt Rias and Sona and their entourage. Surzik, where are they? He said worriedly. Rukia, they are recovering. They used up too much energy, but it's not serious. Michael, what a relief, but what about Issei? Yoruchi, his power became that of a hollow, but it's different. I don't feel hostility. Rukia, Ichigo. Yuzu, don't worry, Chini isn't bad. Karen, he will protect us. When the smoke cleared, another person or creature was seen. There was Ichigo in his Vasto Lord mode. Rukia? Or not like that again. Listen up, everyone. Ichigo, calm down, Rukia, I won't hurt them. He said it with a distorted and deeper voice. Everyone was surprised. Yoruchi, Ichigo, how is that? Ichigo, I still have a lot of explanations to give. Rukia, Ichigo, this form is. Ichigo, this is my dark side. White, I understand, in the end, you understood, King Ha. Ichigo, it took me a while but I understood it. Ichigo and White shook hands. Ichigo, Hirinmur, it's good to see you. Hirinamaru, you are my new teacher. Ichigo, that's right, together we will be invincible, and together we will protect our loved ones. Ahai. End of flashback. Ichigo, and that's what happened after that. I trained all my Dragon Hollow Shinigami and Quincy powers. Isshin, Ichigo, you know. Ichigo, yes, when old man Yamamoto talked about Yawatch the Quincy King, I was curious as to why he appeared after I died, so I investigated that he was in the 1,000-Year War. When he lost, he left several descendants, among them Zangetsu, who entered my soul to watch over me, but when he died, his mission failed. That is why they were able to defeat him. If I had been there, he would have stolen my Bankai and would have become unstoppable. Also, I found out that my mother was a Quincy who lost her powers for giving BR to me, and my father lost them for facing White. Isshin, Ichigo-like. Ichigo, I became a smarter dad when I found out that Mom was a Quincy. The week I returned to Soul Society, I found out that I also have the same Quincy powers, but only more in my style. Ichigo made his Quincy bow appear and then made it disappear. Ichigo, Mom gave me this power, Dad made me a Shinigami from BR. Rukia gave me her power. Everything I am and everything I will be, I owe to everyone in this room. Thank you. Isshin, Yuzu and Karen were crying and went to hug Ichigo as well as Goru and Asami. Everything was moving, but then an explosion was heard. At that, applause is heard. Ichigo, who are you? Unknown. Wow, that was touching, and as for who I am, my name is Jinjo Kogo, the first substitute Shinigami. Jinjo, I come from the Cows Brigade. Hirako with his sword cut off the control he had. Yukio, Diamenu, how dare you? Hirako didn't say anything, and with the handle of her sword, she knocked him out and took him away. Hirako, I don't kill children, I'm sorry. Rukia versus Rukia. Rukia, I don't know who you are, but end this already. Rukia, people like you would never understand what I suffered. Rukia, I'm sorry, but I don't know what you went through, but attacking us was still a mistake. Rukia launched herself at Rukia to hit her and send her away. Rukia, Diamenu, you die. Rukia easily dodged his attacks. Rukia, why are you attacking us? We haven't done anything to you. Rukia, I can't fail Jinjo, he saved me, he saved us all. Rukia, just because I saved them doesn't mean you have to do everything they say. Rukia, if I don't, he'll kill me for sure. Rukia, we can help you, we won't let him kill you. Rukia, seriously. Rukia, yes, we will support you. Rukia, please don't let him kill me. Rukia, we won't allow it now, let's go. Rukia followed Rukia out of the dome. After leaving the dome, he meets with all the captains outside. Rukia, Nisama, she regretted it, they had her under threat. Byakuya, I understand, then we'll see what to do with her. Rukia, and Ichigo. Ross, he's still in the dome, facing Jinjo. In the dome. Ichigo, you better get going because if we start this, I'll kill you. Jinjo, Haha Kurosaki Ichigo fight. Jinjo, you know why I rebelled against Soul Society. Ichigo, because. Jinjo, because I realized that they are traitors, I helped them, but since they paid me, they used an object to control my power and kill me if necessary. Ichigo was in shock. Ichigo, you're lying. Jinjo, I'm not lying, and the one who gave the order for that was none other than Yukitake. Ichigo, shut up. Ichigo, Bankai. Ichigo, it feels weird my Bankai changed well. It's better like this. Jinjo, what are you mumbling about? Ichigo, get ready, Jinjo. Ichigo clenched his fists. Shin, after he gave me the power, my hunger for more power grew more and more. At first, after receiving the power, I was going to betray them and tell them everything, but because of my and greed, I didn't do it. I'm sorry for having caused this. I'm sorry for having made them suffer. I'm sorry. Ichigo, an apology won't change anything. Shin, look at me. I have to be on the verge of death to be able to tell you everything I felt in those moments. I'm garbage, seriously. If I could change it, I would. At that point, a scream is heard. Shin, it was Orihime who had arrived to see Shin. Orihime, Shin, stay still, I'll heal you. Shin, don't do it, Orihime. This is my penance. This is my punishment for seeking power. I must die. Orihime, no, Shin, no, please. If you die, I won't have anyone else. Shin, please. Shin, I'm sorry, but it has to be this way. Orihime, no, Shin, please. Shin, Ichigo, I know it will sound hypocritical of me, but don't hurt Orihime, she was just following my orders. Orihime looked at Ichigo. Ichigo just stood there without saying anything. Ichigo, I won't do anything to him or the others, I promise you that. Orihime was crying. Shin, it's time, Ichigo. I know you won't believe what I tell you now, but I would have liked to spend more time with you, brother. Ichigo was crying. Shin, thanks for everything, Ichigo, and I'm sorry for being a burden to you. Ichigo, I love you, bro. And without thinking, Ichigo hugged Shin. Shin, thanks, I also said it while crying. Shin fell to the ground, losing his life. And it started to rain. Ichigo, wherever you are or go, I hope you rest in peace, brother. Orihime was still on the ground crying over Shin's death. Ichigo, let's go with the others. I'm going to carry Shin's body. Orihime just stood. Following Ichigo at his side. When they arrived, everyone turned to look at him, but they saw that he was coming with a body in his arms. The Haidu, seeing him, realized it was Shin and began to cry. Rukia, Ichigo. Ichigo left Shin's body on the ground for his family to hug him goodbye. Ichigo walked away from there, being followed by Rias, her entourage, and the rest of Ichigo's partners. Rias, Ichigo, where are you going? Ichigo, I want to be alone, please. Rukia, we can't leave you alone, not now. Ross, we're with you, Ichigo. Ichigo, Ross, you should rest. Ross, I'm fine now thanks to you, but how are you? Ichigo, how do you want me to kill my brother even after leaving me? I still love them. Now that I killed my brother, I killed my family even though I swore to protect them. Rias, Ichigo, that's not true, he made his decision. Rukia, that's right, you didn't do anything. Ichigo, nothing bad. Rukia, that's right. Yoruchi, Ichigo understands that this could happen. Ichigo, I know, but I wish it was another way. Akino, Ichigo, I haven't let it out for years, you have to let it out. Ichigo couldn't take it anymore, and he fell to the ground. Ichigo, because. Ichigo couldn't take it anymore and screamed. Ichigo, Issei. That cry was heard by all the captains and leaders. They understood Ichigo's suffering. The Hayata family was still crying. Isshin, Yuzu, and Karen were just worried about their son/brother because that day was not just any day, but that day Ichigo lost someone important to him, someone who meant a lot to him, his brother, and that day was when Ichigo realized that it had been the end of a brother of his brother. Yeah, you could be the greatest. You can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your seat. You could beat the world. You could beat the war. You could talk to God and go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up. You can beat the clock. You can move a mountain. You can break rocks. You can be MSTR. Don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Standing in the Hall of Fame and the world's going to know your name because you burn with the brightest flame. And the world's going to know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You could go the distance. You could run the mile. You could walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero. You could get the gold. Breaking all the records that thought could never be broken. Do it for your people. Do it for your pride. Never going to know if you never even try. Do it for your country. Do it for your name, 'cause there's going to be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame. And the world's going to know your name because you burn with the brightest flame. And the world's going to know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Be a champion, be a champion, be a champion. Be a champion. On the walls of the Hall of Fame be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers, be believers, be leaders, be astronauts, be champions, be true seekers. Be students, be teachers, be politicians, be preachers, be believers, be leaders, be astronauts. Be champions standing in the Hall of Fame and the world's going to know your name because you burn with the brightest flame. And the world's going to know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can be a champion, you could be the greatest, you can be a champion, you can be the best, you can be a champion, you can be the King Kong banging on your you can be a champion, you could beat the world, you can be a champion, you could beat the war, you can be a champion, you could talk to God, go banging on his doyu, you can be a champion, throw your hands you can be a champion, beat the cloyu, you can be a champion, move a mount you can be a champion, break rocks, you can be a champion, and be a MSTer, you can be a champion. Don't wait for luck, you can be a champion. Dedicate yourself, and you can find yourself. You can be a champion. Standing in the Hall of Fame Ichigo, always try to achieve fame, but don't get carried away by it, always be yourself. Ichigo, when the Cows Brigade declared war on us, they thought there were few of us willing to fight. Now there are many of us and there will be more. Whoa oh whoa oh whoa oh, I've been fighting the same old war. Against a disease without a cure, been holding on for so long, for so long, for so long, I've been wishing upon a star. As my universe falls apart, I feel so far from the sky. As my dreams are floating by, and they say, it's a battle that can't be won. We need our knives, we need our guns. Should I run away and change my name? Or should I stay and fight through the night? And never close my eyes. I'll never close my eyes. I've come too far to go back now. Just turned into a face in the crowd. Been on this road for so long, for so long, for so long. Convinced there is no way out, my world has turned upside down. My sense of direction's been gone, for so long, for so long. And they say, it's a battle that can't be won. We need our knives, we need our guns. Should I run away and change my name? Or should I stay and fight through the night? And never close my eyes. I'll never close my eyes. Stay strong, keep moving. Can't let the darkness blind us. Carry on. We'll be the ones that pull the stars down to us. Should I run away and change my name? Or should I stay and fight through the night? And never close my eyes. I'll never close my eyes. I'll never close my eyes. With Surzek. He had received a call. Surzek. It seems that he is with the Council of the Underworld. With Ichigo, well, this will be the last song. Everyone was discouraged. Ichigo, listen, in this life not everything is good, so prepare for the worst, but never forget that you are not alone, we are an alliance, together we will survive. Students, yes Ichigo, let's go, I won't just survive. Oh, you will see me thrive. I can't write my story, I'm beyond the archetype. I won't just conform. No matter how you shake my core, 'cause my roots run deep, oh ye of so little faith. Don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Victory is in my veins. I know it. I know it. And I will not negotiate. I'll fight it. I'll fight it. I will transform, I will transform. When the fire's at my feet again and the vultures all start circling. They're whispering. You're out of time, but still I rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you think the end nail is in. Think again, think again. Don't be surprised, I will still rise. I must stay conscious. through the madness and chaos, so I call on my angels. They say, oh, you of so little faith, don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Victory is in your veins. You know it, and you will not negotiate. Just fight it. Just fight it. And be transformed, and be transformed. 'Cause when the fire's at my feet again and the vultures all start circling. They're whispering. You're out of time, but still I rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you think the end nail is in, think again. Don't be surprised, I will still rise. But don't doubt it, don't doubt it. But you know it. But just fight it. Just fight it. But don't be surprised, I will still rise. Ichigo, thanks, that's all for tonight until next time. Ichigo, that was because of you, brother. You motivated them to fight. In the future, we will win, I promise you that. Ichigo, I'm tired. Well done, friends. Now we deserve a rest. But then Surzek and everyone else arrive. Surzek, Ichigo, we have a problem. Ichigo, which one? Surzek, Orihime was taken to the Underworld Council and is being judged. Ichigo, those cursed old men. Rias, Ichigo, what are we going to do? Ichigo, let's go to the Underworld. It's time for the council to know what I'm capable of doing. I swore to Shin that no one would hurt Orihime. It's time to keep my promise. Let's go. Oh hi. Ichigo. Odin, Thor, Loki, how have you been? Odin. Oh Ichigo, how are you? It's been a long time. Loki. Ichigo, how are you? Thor. Ichigo, fight me. Ichigo. Oh, I would like to, but for now I am not here to inform you of everything that has happened and what we have planned. Ichigo tells them everything. Odin. So they attacked the Cow's Brigade. Ichigo, yes, but I need to find out what they're up to. Odin, you may well enter the library of Asgard. Ichigo, thank you. Odin, by the way, how have you been, Ross? Ross, Woden-sama. Odin, by the way, your grandmother missed you because you are not going to see her. Ross looks at Ichigo. Ichigo, go ahead, I'll take care of it. Tell her that as soon as I finish investigating, I'll visit her. Ross just kisses Ichigo and leaves. Odin, you are very forgiving. You knew that. Ichigo, what can I say? Ichigo retreated to the library, but was followed by Archak. Ichigo, wow, this is going to take some time. Archak, don't worry, we can do it. Ichigo, just like old times. Archak, just like old times. Ichigo and Archak began to read book by book and continued for 5 hours until they came to one that said forbidden. Ichigo, what book is this? Archak, I don't know. They open it, and when they open it, they see that it was full of monsters. Ichigo, these are ancient monsters, but several of them are already extinct. Archak, Ichigo, look at this. Ichigo turns around and sees a large dragon. Ichigo, he is the Trihexa, the dragon god of the apocalypse. Archak, you don't think they want to free him, do? Ichigo, I don't. Ichigo continued reading. Ichigo, no way. Archak, what's wrong? Ichigo, according to this, it says that the Trihexa served a being even superior to the one who gave his power to the Trihexa. This being is a being that is trapped in a dark dimension where he spends time alone and locked up. That was his punishment. Archak, this is it. Ichigo, he says that to free him you have to find his grave and that the address is only known by his right-hand man, the Trihexa, that to free this dimensional monster you have to free Trihexa, and then this monster will consume the dimensions with its power dimension after dimension. Archak, you think that? Ichigo, if this is so and the Cow's Brigade seeks to free the Trihexa, I don't believe that even I can defeat this being. Archak, but we don't know what it looks like. Ichigo, this book says that he has already destroyed 8 dimensions and that he was trapped in this one by the biblical gods Great Red and Ophis. Archak, that's why they want Ophis' power to free him, but there is no sample or photo. Ichigo just shows him. Ichigo, we must prevent this monster from getting out. Archak, I'll tell my grandfather. Ichigo, I'll go to the faction leaders, tell Ross that I left, and tell him everything. Archak, Ichigo went into a gorge to the underworld. Upon arriving, Ichigo quickly went to the room where the leaders were. Ichigo, Michael, Azazel sir, I have to. Azazel, wait, Ichigo, Team DXD already has 10 bases destroyed, 2 are missing. Ichigo, they want to free the Trihexa. Michael, what? Ichigo, they want to free the Trihexa. Surzek, but why? Ichigo, the Trihexa is not a problem, the problem is who it serves. Azazel, the Trihexa he would serve. Ichigo, the Trihexa serves a dimensional monster that has already destroyed 8 dimensions, but in this one it was trapped but not defeated. Surzek, but who locked them up? Ichigo, they were the biblical gods Great Red and Ophis. Azazel, then we must find them and ask them. Ichigo, no. The biblical god is dead. Great Red lost half of his power when facing this monster, and we don't know where Ophis is. Michael, what do we do then? Ichigo, we must attack Rizavim's castle now before they release the Trihexa. Surzek, and if they release the Trihexa? Ichigo, well, prepare for the fight of the world because otherwise this dimension will also be destroyed. Half of the dragons had been pulverized, but the other half wanted to attack, but the live one. The other dragons had been destroyed. Ishida, you didn't think we would let you do this alone or Kurosaki? Chad, we're friends, right Ichigo? Ichigo, ha, Ichigo tried to stand up but… Ichigo, Orihime, don't worry, I'll heal you. Ichigo, thank you. In that, more portals opened. Yamamoto, the final fight has just begun. Ishida, your opponent is me. Ishida versus Shalba. Ishida, come on, face me. Shalba, cursed Shalba was throwing fire spheres at him, which Ishida easily dodged. Ishida was shooting arrows at him at incredible speed, but Shalba got close enough to hit him in the stomach. Shalba, I got you. Ishida, that's what you think. Ishida put his hand behind his back, taking something out. Ishida, Seal Schneider. Shalba, what is that? Ishida, Schneider is a rapier sword that cuts my target. Ishida disappeared, causing Shalba to be surprised. Ishida appeared behind him, cutting him, and he was doing cut after cut. Shalba, haha, those cuts don't make me useless at all. Ishida, you should pay closer attention. You didn't discover my plan. My plan was to lock you in my Gert Sprenger. Shalba, in what? Shalba began to glow and a barrier appeared around him. Ishida, Gert Sprenger. The cube began to shrink, making Shalba disappear. Ishida, see you later. Chad versus Euclid. Euclid kept shooting ice spikes at him. Euclid, die already. Chad, I have the strength to protect my friends, and someone like you will never beat me. Chad, right arm of the giant. Euclid, what is that? Chad, this is my giant's right arm, you can't hurt me. Euclid, you think so? Euclid kept shooting ice spikes at him. Chad, let's get this over with. Euclid, what are you talking about? Chad, devil's left arm. Euclid, now that's that. Chad, while my right arm protects me from the giant, his left arm attacks. Chad punched Euclid, making him disappear, leaving the face of a demon behind. Ishida, you're done. Chad, if we are going to help others. Ishida, and Ichigo. Chad, I think you know he might be right. Ishida, haha, you're right. With Ichigo. He had arrived at the main hall. Ichigo, rise of him. Rise of him, so you finally arrived. Ichigo, I won't let you do that madness. I'll stop you here and now. Rise of him just smiled a smile that Ichigo didn't notice. Rise of him launched himself at Ichigo, hitting him, but Ichigo blocked it with his sword. Ichigo, let's get this over with. Rizvim, I couldn't agree more. U.S. President, we arrived on time. Azazel, what are you doing here? President of Russia, we are an alliance. If we win together. If we die together. They will not leave us behind. Yamamoto, who brought them? Chinese President, we are not the only ones who have come. Yamamoto, what are you talking about? Hachi, I thought you might need help, the wizard is here. President of Mexico, all humans who have learned magic are here. President of England, that's all of them. Hachi, maybe you wanted more. For those who don't know, Hachi is the chubby one of the wizards above. Hachi, to the attack. All, in Ichigo's mind Ichigo, because I can't do anything. Zangetsu, Ichigo, if we do this, we don't know if you'll survive. Ichigo, I still have to try. White, Ray, I admire your determination, but once you combine our powers, we won't know if you'll be able to assimilate them. Ichigo, if it gives us an advantage over Orochi, I'll take the risk. Drake, of all my bearers, you have been the strongest of all. Ichigo, thank you. Hyarinmaru, well, we will be with you until the end. Ichigo, thank you. At that point everyone gathers around Ichigo and begins to glow to give him all their power and be able to combine it. Ichigo began to shine brightly, and after that, everything stopped. Rukia, we finished with the army, but how are the dragons? At that, the 2 dragon gods fall at maximum speed towards the ground. Michael, Big Red Ophis, what happened? Big Red, run, save yourselves, they are too strong. At that point, Orochi and Trihexa begin to descend from the sky. Orochi, wow, they took care of my army, but it's time to die. Orochi was charging his dark power to eliminate them all. Everyone was closing their eyes, waiting for their end. Rukia, I love you, Ichigo. Rukia was closing her eyes. Ichigo, calm down, it's time to end this. Ichigo touched his head and then continued walking. Rukia opened her eyes to see him, but he left her surprised. Ichigo, Orochi was too injured. Orochi, how did you become a 3-dimensional being like that? Ichigo, my friends, my brothers, my family, thanks to all of them, I was able to be stronger because I protect the people I love. You dedicated yourself to killing others and eradicating dimensions just for fun. That is why you are weaker than me. Orochi, that absurd reason is not unacceptable. There must be something else. Ichigo, no, that's all. You just don't want to accept it. That's your problem, but it's your end, Orochi. Orochi, no, Ichigo. Getsuga Mugetsu Blut Vene Siro Dragon Shoot and Ryono Hyarinmaru outburst. Ichigo began to combine all his attacks. Orochi, no, I'm not going to die here nu. Orochi, Ray of Extermination. Orochi launched his attack. Ichigo, it's over. Ichigo, Hosei Hokuho. Ichigo launched his final attack on Orochi, sending him flying into space with a huge explosion. Ichigo, a triple again, it's finally over. Finally, Ichigo was about to fall on her back but is held by all her loved ones. Ichigo, oh man, that hurt. Girls, sorry. Ichigo, they're fine. Rukia, we're fine and you. Ichigo, in pain. Rias, that was dangerous, Baka. Ichigo, sorry, I had to end it once and for all. Yoruchi, but honey, how did you do that? Ichigo, I had to use my powers together, I'm exhausted. Wait a moment. Ichigo enters his mind. Upon entering, he sees everyone lying on the floor. Ichigo, thanks guys. White, that was dangerous, King. Zangetsu, all our powers combined were exhausting. Hyarinmaru, it was difficult, very. Drake, I'll definitely be sleeping for years. Ichigo, thanks guys. Without you, I wouldn't have made it. We are with you until the end, Ichigo. Ichigo, thank you. White, now go to your beloved king. Zangetsu, come on, Ichigo, we're waiting for you. Ichigo, thank you all. Ichigo comes out of his mind. Ichigo, it's over at last, there's no danger anymore. They all hug Ichigo. Surzek, this war is over. Michael, we won. Azazel, we won. Army, let's. Odin, there is no more danger. Thor, at last we will rest in peace. Loki, I can be with my family. Archak, Ichigo really became very strong. Fenrir, we must become strong too. Vali, we must become strong so we can fight him. Great Red and Ophis were getting up. Big Red, so that brat didn't just get locked up, he killed him, it's incredible. Ophis, it surpassed us by far. Big Red, and now what will you do? Ophis, I'm going to see Tannen. It's been a long time since I saw my father. Big Red, send him my regards. I must go to the breach to continue taking care that no one comes to this dimension. Ichigo, wait and watch. Big Red, brat, who do you think made your soul and those of your brothers pass through? Ichigo, it was you. Great Red, I guard the dimensional gap so that no one crosses into this dimension, but it seems that now I must guard another dimension. Rukia, like another one. Great Red, his dimension joined ours, and now they are one. Yamamoto, wait, and the human world of us. Great Red, it's still there, only they don't know anything. We could say that it didn't affect the human world at all. Azazel, what do you mean? Ophis, what Red means is that there are now 2 human worlds. Odin, wait, and there will be no problems with the dead. Great Red, not every soul of the dead will go to their respective places, be it the underworld, heaven, Valhalla, or the Hollow World Soul Society or Aberno. Yamamoto, I see, so nothing changed. Big Red, if I change something, you idiots, I'll have more work to do now. Leaders, captains, and others, we understand you. Big Red, well, I'm off. Red walked through the portal. Ophis, it's been a while, father. Tannen, until you finally come to visit me, brat. He punches him in the head. Ophis, sorry, father. They are going to talk far away. Ichigo, friends, everyone turns to look at him. Ichigo, let's go home. Everyone smiled. Ichigo approaches all his girls, and they all enter. Ichigo and the others were dancing when the music ended and another one played. After the music had stopped, Ichigo went outside with the others and went up to a stage where he started playing his guitar, and Ishida and Chad grabbed the other instruments. When I saw you, I felt something strange inside, a mix of fear and madness, and your look, I swear that if I lose you, I will have lost the greatest fortune. I know nothing of your story. Not even your philosophy. Today I write to you without thinking. And without spelling to learn to love you, I'm going to study how your dreams come true. I will always read you very slowly. I want to understand you. When I saw you, I had a good feeling. One of those that comes once in a lifetime. I want to have you, even if it's just for a moment. And if you let me, maybe every day. I don't know anything about your story. Not even your philosophy. Today I write to you without thinking. And without spelling to learn to love you, I'm going to study how your dreams come true. I will always read you very slowly. I want to understand you, to teach you to miss me. I'm going to write you my most honest song. Give you a life with more additions than subtractions. If you leave me, there will be no questions, only answers. I won't rest, I just want to have you by my side. Here by my side. I pray that my voice showed you what I've been waiting for you. Before being with you for life, I want to learn to love you. I want to study how your dreams come true. I will always read you very slowly. I want to understand you. To teach you to miss me, I'm going to write you my most honest song. Give you a life with more additions than subtractions. If you leave me, there will be no questions, only answers. If you leave me, there will be no questions. Only answers. Rukia. Ichigo, what is all this that everyone is doing here? Ichigo starts singing. Oh, Ohia, 105 is the number that comes to my head. When I think of all the years I want to be with you, I wake up every morning with you in my bed. That's precisely what I plan to do. And you know, one of these days, when I get my money right, buy you everything and show you all the finer things in life. Will forever be enough, so there's no need to rush. But one day, I won't be able to ask you. Loud enough, I'll say, will you marry me? I swear that I will mean it. I'll say, will you marry me? Singing, you-ho-ho, 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 Ohia. How many girls in the world can make me feel like this? Baby, I don't ever plan to find out. The more I look, the more I find the reasons why you're the love of my life. You know, one of these days, when I get my money right, buy you everything and show you all the finer things in life will forever be enough, so there's no need to rush. But one day, I won't be able to ask you loud enough. I'll say, will you marry me? I swear that I will mean it. I'll say, will you marry me? And if I lost everything in my heart, it means nothing, 'cause I have you, girl, I have you. To get right down on bended knee, nothing else would ever be better. The day when I'll say, will you marry me? I swear that I will mean it. I'll say, will you marry me? I'll say, will you marry me? The day I get on my knees, I swear that I will mean it. I'll say, will you marry me? And what do you do to me, baby? Got me singing, you too. Got me singing, you too. Would you marry me, baby? 105 is the number that comes to my head. When I think of all the years I want to be with you, I wake up every morning with you in my bed. That's precisely what I plan to do. Ichigo takes out 9 boxes and opens them all, revealing engagement rings. Ichigo, girls, I will always be with you until the day I die, and I think it took me a long time to do this. Ichigo came closer and said, Ichigo, girls want to marry me. They were just shocked and started shedding tears and jumped on top of Ichigo to hug him. Girls, yes, I accept. Ichigo was happy and crying and kissed them all and then put their engagement rings on them. Ichigo, thank you for making me the happiest man in the world. Girls, I love you, Ichigo. We see Ichigo in a suit in a room. Isshin, you look smart, son. Ichigo, thank you, father. Goru, that suit is your style. Ichigo, thanks, dad. Ishida, Kurosaki, are you ready? Ichigo, I waited centuries for this moment with them. Chad, good luck, Ichigo. Ichigo left the room and drove his car to the church. Ichigo arrived and saw everything prepared and got into his husband's position. Ichigo, I'm nervous. Ishida, don't worry, everything will be fine. At that point, the music starts playing. Ichigo sees all his girls, with their parents carrying them with him. Ichigo, they look appealing. They all came with him and Michael started talking. Michael, we are here gathered to unite these people who have been through everything, but in the end their love could overcome everything. Rias Ross, Rukia, Akino, Asia Kaneko Yoruchi, these people are going to marry the man who saved us all, Ichigo. Kurosaki Haidu, their love could overcome all the obstacles that life put in their way. Now a few words. Ichigo, Rukia Ross Rias Akino Asia Kaneko Yoruchi, I love you with all my soul. I was with you in good times and bad. We were together through any problem. I want to tell you that I love you with all my being, and it will be like this forever. Rukia, Ichigo, with you I went through many things. You saved me, and after that I didn't realize the love that was born in me towards you. I love you, Ichigo. Ross, you made me believe in love again. When I met you, I thought you were going to be like the men I knew, but it wasn't like that. You were different. I love the way you are. I love everything about you. Rias, when you saved me from marriage, I thought you did it to make me yours, but it was not like that. I thought badly. Every time I saw you, a feeling in me began to grow, a feeling of love. I love you, Ichigo. Akino, you made me forget the past and reconcile with my father. I love you, Ichigo, for who you are and how you treat us. I love you. Asia, when I arrived in this city, I thought I would be alone, but you came and gave me a family. I love you, Ichigo. Kaneko, you made me accept myself as I am, and you helped my sister too. I love you, Ichigo. Yoruchi, when I saw you for the first time, I fell in love with you, but I thought you would want to be with me, but in the end you stayed with me, and every day you make me the happiest woman in the world. I love you, Ichigo. Ichigo, I love you girls with my life. Michael, pass the rings. Ichigo put the ring on each of them. Michael, you can embrace the brides. Ichigo kissed each of them and then left with everyone to get into a limousine and go to the party location. Everything was going well at the party until Ichigo approached where the musicians were. Ichigo says after finishing the song, Ichigo, you made me the happiest man in the world. I love you girls. They just hug him. The party continued, but Ichigo had gone to a side where there was a bridge with a lake. Rukia, what are you doing here alone? Ichigo was thinking about everything we went through to get to this moment. Rukia, we went through a lot, but we're finally happy. Ichigo, thank you. Rukia, Ichigo, I have something to tell you. Ichigo, what a thing. Rukia touches her belly. Ichigo is surprised. Ichigo, don't tell me that. Rukia, yes love. Ichigo just picks her up and hugs her. Ichigo, you've made me the happiest man. In that all his girls also arrive. Rias, because so much happiness, love. Rukia just touches her belly. They all congratulate her. Ichigo in his mind. Ichigo, I don't think I would have been happier than I am now. Ichigo just hugs them. Prologue, which ends up destroying the entire demon and half of